press you, yeah. Young fly nigga, I don't follow all these rules, yeah. Bitch, I'm making tunes, I ain't missing, I won't lose. Let's go to an island where the water around is blue, blue, blue. I got two bad bitches in the coop, 42 in the bottle, glasses on full too. Ain't no games, I ain't playing, I want you, yeah. Take a trip, let's go shopping, I got blues, yeah. We got options you could choose, yeah, you want it, I can buy it, ain't no rules, yeah. I'm just saying, let me help you upgrade you, yeah. Fuck that nigga, he don't care about you, yeah. Girl, move on. He can't treat you like I do, my money too long. I got homies for your friends and we can group on. We are early, hit our shot like Curry. Bitch, I wanna shoot like hoops while I'm riding in the coupe. I got what you want, it ain't nothing but a loop. Don't listen to friends, they don't know what's best for you, yeah. I want you, yeah, that yeah. Bitch, so bad, I wanna shoot like hoops while I'm riding in the coupe. I got what you want, it ain't nothing but a loop. Don't listen to friends, they don't know what's best for you, yeah. I want you, yeah, that I wanna shoot like hoops while I'm riding in the coupe. I got what you want, it ain't nothing but a loop, yeah. Don't listen to friends, they don't know what's best for you, yeah. I want you, yeah, I wanna shoot. Girl, you too bad for me not to press you, yeah. Young fly nigga, I don't follow all these rules, yeah. Bitch, I'm making tunes, I ain't missing, I won't lose. Let's go to an island where the water around is blue, blue, blue. I got two bad bitches in the coop, 42 in the bottle, glasses on full too. Ain't no games, I ain't playing, I want you, yeah. Take a trip, let's go shopping, I got blues, yeah. We got options you could choose, yeah, you want it, I can buy it, ain't no rules, yeah. I'm just saying, let me help you upgrade you, yeah. Fuck that nigga, he don't care about you, yeah. Girl, move on. He can't treat you like I do, my money too long. I got homies for your friends and we can group on. We are early, hit our shot like Curry. Bitch, I wanna shoot like hoops while I'm riding in the coupe. I got what you want, it ain't nothing but a loop. Don't listen to friends, they don't know what's best for you, yeah. I want you, yeah, that
Hello, everyone. This is Omar from the Third Rail. What's up, everybody? Haven't streamed in a long time. Been sick like an MTF. Had a lot of issue with eyesight, man. Anyway, today's, I'm going to just talk a little bit more differently. My show is going to be differently. I want to have more energy. I'm going to talk more. I'm not going to be that low energy Omar that I usually am, well kept, because I've been called stupid by some of these douchebags on YouTube, man. Is it on YouTube? Yes. So today's show by what you can see over there, it's called The Dirty Dozens. The Dirty Dozens are these misfits. There's a campaign. There's a plan or there's an orchestrated campaign to try to get Hasan banned from Twitch. It's very obvious. They're accusing him of everything. Oh, he's an anti-Semite. Oh, he's proposing. He is actually having a pirate on his show. First of all, that kid is not a fucking pirate. In Yemen, there is no pirate from Yemen. And the Houthis have a law. If any bandits or pirates, they cut their arms and their legs, or even crucified. There's no such thing. The kid is a content maker. He's on not X. He's on TikTok trying to make himself a couple of dollars in Yemen. Things are badly. All of a sudden, Hasan invites him. Then they use that as an excuse to attack Hasan. They forget the other stuff. The 50,000 dead, or the 186,000 dead, the 20,000 children dead. They ignore that. The 10,000 to 12,000 women dead. The whole city, 80% of the city is destroyed. 12th University, everybody's dead. They kill men and women and children every day. Every day, 80, 70 are killed every day. They destroy all the schools. That is ignored. That is nothing. Israel gets to do what it wants to do. But if you complain, or if you put it on the show, or if you expose it, you're anti-Semite. That's it. You're anti-Semite for telling the truth. You must love that ugly child called Israel. If you don't, you're anti-Semite. And that is the problem that we have. The problem that we have is Jews and Zionists are two different things. Zionists are criminal scumbags, and Jews are people who believe in the faith of Judaism, who live here in Brooklyn. Many of them have come to protest against the genocide. such as Not in My Name, such as Jewish Lives for Peace, but you always have these idiots online. The dirty dozen is you have the simp here called hello, the most untalented piece of shit on YouTube called Wick TV. He's been stuck at 6,000 for almost 1 year. 6,000 subscribers, man. You know how much content he has put out? He put out content every day, and he can't get that number to go up. Rashad Cranshaw came from after him. He only had 4,000. He's now 31,000. You know why? Because he is untalented. He's a fucking piece of shit who lives in a shed. If I had those access to those people every day, I would have better numbers than he does. But you know, all that racist shit going on in YouTube, they're racist. They don't like people like me, like Hasan, like Frogan, Arabs or Muslims to have a voice on YouTube, on Twitch. They don't want us to bring the voice of the voiceless, the Palestinians. They don't want us to tell the truth. They don't want us to put a light on the fucking thing that's going on in the Gaza. They don't want that. You're going to see from the conversation we're going to have right now, we're going to watch. First of all, we're going to start with the sim, what's it, the Kibble, the elk. You know, the elk who makes cookies? That's Wick TV. But he doesn't make any cookies. His dinner is ramen noodle soup, and his breakfast is what do you call that shit they eat in the South? I forgot what it is, white shit they do. Anyway, the whole thing is Wick TV is a hateful piece of shit. You know how many times I've been on that show and he'll just kick me out? Oh, he's gonna break on. Well, he's gonna blink the TOS. I don't want to lose my channels, you know. But you know what? I will have Destiny, who said it's okay to those people to get killed at the rally where Trump is with no issue. Well, I was just fighting him back. I was trying to tell him he was a bit too extreme. Yeah, but he was saying it on your channel. So the whole idea is that every time I go backstage, because I want to add to the conversation, because you cannot have a one-way conversation. You cannot invite these freckled white boys who don't know shit about foreign policy or geopolitical issues to your channel and just have it as truth. Don't you want to bring somebody who's from there, somebody who's well informed of what's going on in the Middle East, who knows the depth and the issues, the back stories to everything? Don't you want that? He will leave me in backstage for an hour or so, and he'll call everybody except me because he's a fucking loser. Does that make any sense? Yes. Okay, let's start the show. Let's listen to him. He had let's start with the... Is this
straight up some Keemstar level bullshit?
Oh,
These
are Hasan. We're going to watch Hasan.
Impossible.
First of all, let me address the Ethan Klein and Hasan issue. I've been a fan of Ethan Klein maybe 6-7 years. I used to love watching his podcast. He's more of an entertainment. He's more like what do you call like those TV talk shows, late night. He covers gossip on YouTube. He doesn't have any real depth in political science or political issue. That's why when they did that show, The Leftover, I knew it was not going to work because Hasan is more political and he talks about very hot issues, while Ethan is more of an entertainer and his brand is not the same brand as Hasan. You cannot mix oil and water. It's impossible. So when I used to watch, I'm like, this is not going to last because Hasan is saying a lot of crazy shit while Ethan is not used to that. Sometimes he looks so dumb, he didn't even know what Hasan was saying. Not he's dumb, but that's not what he is. Ethan Klein, I love his wife. I think she's a wonderful person. Me and my kid, my daughter, we watched his podcast a long time ago when he used to have like guests like Bill Burr and everybody else. So Ethan Klein is confused. You know why Ethan Klein is confused? He's confused because he's being attacked by a community from Hasan and the other anti-Palestinian communities. And what are you doing? And Ethan, you taking the side of the Palestinians who are being genocidal and you're leaving your Jewish family away? What are you doing? And the other person, Ethan Klein, you're a piece of garbage. You're a piece of shit. And I think Ethan Klein will do himself a service not to pay attention to any communities. Who cares what people say? People will say anything. Who cares? Oh, well, Hasan's community has said such and such about me is very toxic. So what? When I go on Discord, you know how much names they call me, the assholes in in Wick TV's discourse. They call me names. They start cursing at me. They say I'm stupid and things of that nature because they're stupid. Bunch of white kids in a fucking basement who have no life, never experienced anything, don't even have a car to go anyway, and depend on their mother and father to feed them and pay for the lights. You're talking to Omar. Omar over here is a successful MTF. You understand? 2 cars outside, very well informed, very successful in business, own my own home. I don't need these douchebags to call me stupid. You understand? So Ethne Klein, let's get back to Ethne Klein. You know, sometimes I get upset. I think Ethne Klein is not a political pundit. He doesn't talk about politics. That's not his brand. His brands are all little kids that follow him, little girls and little kids that buy his t-shirts and stuff like that. And I used to follow him. I enjoy he reminds me of that guy Stern. What's his name? Isn't it? Yeah, Stern. On radio, the way he talks, he has this style, you know. So he's confused. He's being attacked by 2 communities that are at war. Now, these communities are, if we talk about you know, I'm going to show you how this toothless MTF, the elk that makes the cookies on the tree, how he avoids the Palestinian issue. After October 7th, when the October 7th happened by Hamas, which is bad, and we condemn all that shit. We condemn the people who were killed who were innocent, the human beings. The soldiers, now fuck them. They did the right thing because Hamas has every right under international law to defend itself and fight for its liberation. Does it have the right to kill civilians? No. But we saw who killed civilians. They even are a lot of men and stuck phones in their rectum. You know who does that? Because every accusation is a confession by the Israeli side. So Anthony Klein is stuck in the middle. He's confused. I could tell you the way he does his hand. He never used to do that. He used to move his eyes a lot. And I know he has a lot of depression, a lot of mental issues, and he takes a lot of heavy-duty medication. A matter of fact, I think he's over-medicated. He has said it sometime by accident. That's why his hands go like that, is because this is a side effect of the medication, the antidepressant medication he's taken. It has a name. I saw there's a commercial for TV that you could take medicine to stop that. Now, Anthony Klein and Hasan are 2 different people. I wish that Anthony Klein will just step down, relax, do what he does, and ignore all this with Frogan and everybody else. Don't get your brand involved with the problem of political issues that are very, very, very toxic at times. So this is the whole thing. So let's start with this. Hello.
Doing anything but standing up for Ethan and
keep on
telling
putting
off
that
his
other
chat in the
idiot.
stream, regardless of what.
Get out of the way. There we go. We're going to start with hello. The elk who makes cookies on the trees. Huh? He's the most sorry-ass human being I've ever seen, man. Really. Come on, man. Right there. What are you doing, Omar? There you go. Because I want to be right in front of his face. Let's go. Let's start the show, guys. Okay, we're going to watch. He had a show with a girl named, I don't know, Electricity or Electricity, whatever the fuck her name is. She has me banned. She has me. Okay, ready? Let's go.
Give me 1 second. And we're going to talk about it.
All right, he just started the
What's
show.
Up,
this is
What's
yesterday.
up, Blocky Blah? Zephyr Hash, nice to see you. YouTube in the house. Okay. I've been considering like
in the house.
Like it really is a moral.
Yeah, he probably shares the trailer with 200 other people. Trailer, probably with wheels. He probably has one corner of the room. He has to put the flag wherever he could put his stuff. Who wears a jacket inside the house? He looks like he has no heat or something in that fucking trailer where he lives at. The loser.
Question at this point. Do I want to even stream on Twitch still?
Listen, you'll do anything for $1, man. Shut up.
I'm torn, gang. I'm torn.
You're not torn. You'll do anything for $1.
On the one hand,
I know you.
Like I said Saturday, right? I don't want to quit the field. I don't want it to
I used to give him money to feed him that piece of shit.
Isn't anti-Semitic leaves Twitch.
Here we go.
It's just gonna get worse,
Here we go.
Right? It's just
Everybody's anti-Semitic. Everybody's anti-Semitic.
And I don't think it helps anything. But at the same time, it's just so gross It's just so bad.
What's so bad? It's so bad. It's so bad.
We're gonna go over the evidence.
There's no evidence,
today.
you dumb fuck.
The accusation that was leveled at Twitch
was
that they had blocked anyone from Israel and Palestine, Gaza, the West Bank, etc., from making an account, from being able to sign up to Twitch. That was the accusation. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, why would they do this?
He doesn't
know. That's stupid.
Yep.
For a whole host of reasons, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not banning anyone from Ukraine doing it, right?
Yeah.
They're not. There's a whole host of countries that aren't banned. That if you're going to ban a war zone, right? Which maybe you would, there might be an argument for that. This isn't why choose this one?
This is why he's a fucking idiot. He doesn't know that the whole idea was to shut down any media coming out of the West Bank or out of Gaza to show what's going on to the regular people. Twitch don't want to be involved in putting out these miserable videos of children being cut in half in Gaza. It has nothing to do. They don't want to ban Israeli. You see, this is how dumb these people are. They're not listening. The whole idea is, you know how a chain of salsa, what do you call it, that chain that goes back and forth? You know, a salsa, whatever. When you cut, it cuts going in and it cuts going back. If Israel, Palestine is under occupation, so they use the same IP, whatever internet service, whatever it is. So if they give that right to many Israelis to have as many channels they want, Palestinian channels will come up and they want to cover what's going on in Palestine. He doesn't understand that. That's how stupid he is.
And not any of the others across.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
But
hello.
I was very suspicious.
Hello.
About it. I was like, because this is the kind of information that
yeah.
You hear it and it confirms all your priors.
Yeah.
It confirms everything you've thought, and you're like, no, it's too good to be true.
Yeah, it can be.
Not in that it's a good information, but in that no, this is just like someone coming up and just saying you're right about everything you've ever believed in.
You know, he put a GoFundMe to fix his teeth, and he collected $3,000. This fucking miserable fuck who used to wear magic underwear when he used to live in with the monk, or what they call them, the monks, right? Whatever they are, the mermaids. Now he didn't even fix his teeth. $3,000. He put that shit in his pocket, and that's it. Good.
It made me suspicious.
Yeah, it made me suspicious.
It made me suspicious.
What was the suspicion? What was it?
So I had someone that I knew for 100% lived in Israel.
Wow.
Okay? When I heard about it, I went and I talked to someone who I knew lived in Israel.
All right.
100%.
Good.
And I was like, hey, can you try this? Can you try and sign up and see if they'll allow you to sign up for Twitch?
He doesn't know. He's a fucking idiot.
They were unable to.
Yeah, and he doesn't know why.
Email, not using phone.
Right.
I was, holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit, this is real.
No, he doesn't know.
This is really happening. They decided to ban an entire nation.
Right.
Okay. 2, if you want to count.
Yeah, you can't count those people. You can't count those people. Right. You can't count those people. The idiot doesn't know. He doesn't know. These people are ignorant. In America, when it comes to foreign policy, now what the hell happened? Huh? What happened? Oh, I know why. Let me get rid of this. Okay. Hold on.
Palestine is separate, right?
Separate.
It gets a little messy in how you differentiate these things, right?
I speed it up a little bit.
That's crazy. It felt crazy. It still feels crazy.
That's crazy.
Why would you do this?
That's crazy.
Right? Twitch has since come out with a statement, and they have reversed this decision. However, there's 2 things we learned in this statement.
Okay.
One, that, and we'll read the statement. Don't worry, we'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it right away. Go ahead. Yeah, you got the evidence.
Setting the stage, setting the scene.
Everybody's anti-Semite.
Right?
Everybody's anti-Semite.
We learned that this ban has been in place since October 13th of last year. So
okay, hold on. Watch.
6 days.
Watch how he ignores the Palestinians. Watch.
After October 7th happened.
Everything
That's
is
the
October
first piece
7th.
of information we've learned. Now, I wasn't aware that new accounts were being banned.
Watch.
I wasn't.
Watch the
I had
logic.
Israeli people watch me, mostly on YouTube, by the way. Right?
You get paid by them.
I never even considered it. I never even thought about it.
You get paid by them.
However, there has been Jewish streamers and people who live in people who live in Israel who have been complaining about this.
Yeah, complaining
for about a year now, right?
Wow.
They have a hashtag, and we'll go over it. And they have some examples.
Yes, poor people.
It never crossed my timeline. It never crossed my eyes, so I wasn't able to be aware of this. That is a crazy thing to do. And their excuse that Twitch gives, and we'll read it in the statement, is that they didn't want accounts showing...
That's a crazy. He doesn't say crazy,
gore, basically. Showing propaganda posts about the October 7th stuff. The problem with that is if you, banning Israel and Palestinian users from being able to sign up for Twitch wasn't going to stop that. The images from October 7th had been spread throughout the internet.
Right, that's true. Right? That's true. Yeah.
They'd already gone viral. A lot of accounts saw it.
Yeah, but he doesn't understand. If the whole issue was to ban Israel, you think Israel will stand for that? You think anybody has the balls in America to say no to Israel or try to play Israel? The whole idea was to prevent or to cover what's going on in the West Bank and inside Gaza. That's the whole thing. But to do so, they had to ban a certain area of Israel, not of all Israel, because I see a lot of Israeli channels in English. I watch them. You understand? So the whole idea is like make those cookies. You got to make those cookies, man.
I don't know if any of them watched them directly on stream, but this is something that people talked about. Their images were shared around. This ban, there is no conceivable way that it would stop the problem that they claim to want to stop.
Yeah.
And if it's the case that you want to do this, why did you not do this for Ukrainian accounts when Russia invaded? Why did you not do this for Lebanese accounts, right? Lebanon. If you were going to try...
Fucking idiot. What an idiot. Did you know after October 7th, the media, corporate media, never mentioned that Putin is a war criminal and that he's killing children? You know why? Because what they're doing in Israel is a fucking Holocaust. So they have no position anymore to call him a child killer. Putin was not doing what they're doing in Gaza. So the whole idea is the media had a dilemma. We can't call Putin no more a war criminal no more, that he's killing children. You know how many children you know how many Ukrainian children have died since the war started? 500. You know how many Palestinian children have been killed? The average age is 5 years old. 20,000 children dead under their homes, under the rubble, you piece of shit. That's why. And he's saying, well, how come they didn't ban them in Lebanon? He doesn't know that Hezbollah is not actually part of the Lebanese government. The issue there is a government within a government. Hezbollah is a militia that fights with Israel in southern Lebanon. And the Lebanese government functions differently, so they can't ban Lebanon. And anyway, there was nothing going on to show us in Lebanon. Now they're not going to show us. You understand? With the daily bombing of Beirut,
to block users from the war zone. Lebanon was launching rockets on October 8th, and Israel was launching rockets right back, right? And they were fighting. There were strikes back and forth. There was no ban, to my knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong. But there was no ban for these things. Let's bring in
bring the other idiots.
Let's bring in our guest. Hello.
We're not gonna watch the whole shit.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. Give me a second.
Now, background on this idiot. Her name is Electricity or Exicity. I don't give a fuck. I had one interaction with her on Twitter. She posted a lie that the Israeli IDF put on. Everybody knows a lie. When I said that's not true, I had like 58 likes on YouTube. On X. I had like 58 likes. She blocked me right away. There's no room for conversation. If I don't like what you're saying, you are anti-Semite. That's it. And you have to be banned. You can't make no money. We got to close your channel, and we got to send you out to the mountain like the people with leprosy used to have. That's what they want to do with Muslims and Arab creators. They want to get him banned from Twitch, from YouTube, and they want to send us to a mountain here where people with leprosy used to go. We are sick human beings. We're not allowed to have a voice. We're not allowed to talk. We're not allowed to tell the people what's going on. Not many Americans agree with you, Wick, and the other people who are paid by the Israeli diaspora, you and that. Look at the dirty dozen. You have Brianna Wu, confused human beings, probably pecks this fucking guy. You have Destiny, a guy who's a cockhold who enjoyed having his wife get, shaft from the back and the front. And you have this idiot who lives on the corner of a trailer and wears a cold jacket every day. And you have this idiot over here who has a cartoonish or an avatar. Let's go.
Gotta change my little screen here, okay, so people can
I know
see
the
it.
drill.
Yeah, I know. That's one of the worst things about this is I'm still not a very good tech guy, so it takes me a minute to get the scene set up.
Yeah, you're not a tucker. You're an idiot.
How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm all right.
She's going through a lot. She's going through a lot.
It's like I'm in a very intense transitional phase in my life. I moved a few months ago. Got out of a relationship, and I'm kind of just like dealing with some
left her. What the fuck
shit
would
that
have a
happened in the
relationship
past
with
for
you?
me. So like it's been kind of a rocky road, but I'm functioning.
You have to listen to the
I feel like
conversation.
old me would have not functioned, given everything. But I'm still, getting things done and everything. So
no, that's good.
Things are all right.
Poor girl. The guy
what
left
is
her.
your
Maybe you're a fucking idiot.
I want to get before we go through all the evidence, and I've
Sure.
collated a bunch, right?
Evidence. What
Just
evidence?
give us your initial impressions here. What are your thoughts? Like, I'm assuming you followed the whole story. You've watched a lot of this go down. But this is something you've been complaining about for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
She's
this
not
all
gonna lie.
feels
She's gonna lie the whole
like,
time.
it's obviously it's awful, but it's also somewhat cathartic. To
What
watch
the hell's that
something
word?
that I and probably most Jews who've
There
been
we
on
go.
the platform have known for
There
a
we
very
go.
long time. I mean, when you're any kind of minority,
Okay, let me start let me give you a background on how Zionists think. Zionists have this idea that we have to always claim we're the victims no matter what. If you catch me with a hammer banging somebody's head, a person in a wheelchair's head, and if you see me, I'm the victim. He almost ran me over with the wheelchair. So the whole idea is victimhood. Every time they throw at you everything. And when it comes, they can't defeat you. They throw the biggest motherfucker, the Holocaust. I had a grandfather who died in the Holocaust. That's it. I'm supposed to shut down the conversation? No. Whatever happened in the Holocaust was wrong and evil, and we had nothing to do with it. That was 60, 70 years ago. I don't know what happened. I was just born in 1979. I don't know what happened. You understand? So she's going. First of all, she's going to start talking. You need to learn how Zionists talk. The whole objective is we are a minority and we are a victim, and we are always victim, 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 victim. As a matter of fact, Zionists do not have the right to claim Jews as Zionists, because there's a different thing. There are Jews who are not Zionists, who believe in the Torah, and there are Zionists who believes in stealing lands and killing women and children in Palestine. Very simple, man. You don't need to understand more than that. And you always have some idiot who will come on there, some white freckled kid. You know what? I don't think it's a genocide in Gaza. I don't think it's a genocide in Gaza. I don't think so. What happened on 7/7 was evil, but 186,000 people dead. That's not a genocide. Fucking idiots.
honestly, if you're anyone, if you're like a member of any group, you never want to be like that person who's like, when, it's just because I was just gonna hate because it targeted my group or whatever. So, and I think like Jews especially
There you go, Jews.
feel bad about that because there hasn't really been a movement like the way you've seen it for a lot of other minority groups in the past 10 years to enable people to speak out about it or even like reward them. So I think like a lot of Jews would just talk about it quietly by themselves. Maybe
The CEO of Amazon and Twitch is Jewish. What the fuck are you talking about? You're overrepresented in everything. What are you talking about? Stop with this victimhood. You're not a victim. Nobody's a victim. I don't go around Islamophobia. Palestinian child stabbed 26 times in Chicago. Palestinian young man was shot and crippled in Vermont. A girl 7 years old was almost drowned because she wears the hijab. And 2 days ago in Michigan, a 73-year-old man tried to strangle a baby girl because she wears a hijab in Michigan. So you don't see me going Islamophobia. No, you don't. You understand? It's not everything. There are different situations, man.
they make one or two comments. But I remember watching Ethan Klein go through the shit, even when I watched the way Hasan would talk to him.
Yeah, treat him like shit.
And the things that people were allowed to say on Twitch, and just knowing that this would not fly for tons of other groups. I'm not going to say every other group because obviously it's diverse, but the double standards were just so frustrating to watch. And then I experienced it myself. Everyone warned me before I got into streaming. They're like, you know, it's going to be so hard as a woman.
Yeah.
I think I got into streaming like 2020. I forget the 2021. And
Okay.
everyone at the time was talking about women's issues. That's what I remember a lot. And everyone said how hard it was going to be as a woman to
Yeah.
stream, and the amount of sexual harassment I was going to get. All of
See how they do? There was this women rights, you know. Yeah, we are women. We are women, and you're gonna hate me because I'm a woman. She's trying to put a correlation between women issues and Jewish issues, who are two different issues. There are no Jewish issues of anti-Semitism like they say. There's some people who are fucking scumbags, yeah. I mean, it's like a fucking, you could count them in your hands and your fingers. And we don't agree with them. We don't agree with those scumbags who are anti-Semite or anti-Jewish. But those people who are anti-Zionist, that I'm an anti-Zionist from now until the day I die. Does that make me an anti-Semite? No, it doesn't make me an anti-Semite. What it makes me is I am against colonial replacement project in Palestine. You don't have the right to steal people's land and kill them for the last 76 years. Anybody who's a human being and has some integrity, whether religious, whether secular, well, as an American, we don't agree with things like that. We did it to the Indians, but that was a long time ago. Go ahead.
Stuff. And I'm telling you, 99%, if you took a bot to calculate all the harassment I got, 99% of it from the get-go was me being Jewish, not me being a woman. And I remember being
evidence. Let me get some evidence.
shocked. I've experienced anti-Semitism in my
Give me
real
some
life a few
evidence.
times,
Show us some evidence.
it was like maybe 4 or 5 times that explicitly, but obviously in person it was like online it was just excessive. And it's easy initially to dismiss the trolls,
She's
but
a
I got it
Zionist,
from
not
other
because she's Jewish.
streamers. And some of those streamers did it live on
They disagree. You know what they disagree with her with? Because she's defending the Zionist project in Israel. She's defending the genocide in Gaza. Of course, she's going to get some pushback from people. But the problem with this, with people like Zionists who are liars like her, they want to put it on the checkbox of anti-Semitism. Oh, they hate me because I'm Jewish. You see, nobody said they hate you because they're Jewish. They don't like you or disagree with you with your politics. You understand? There's a lot of people that don't like me. I don't care. I'm not saying they hate Arabs. Of course they do, because I'm blacklisted in every channel and every panel on YouTube. But I don't really care, because when I see these people talk, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. You have 1 or 2 probably from England or from someplace, maybe from Canada, who have some ideas. But these guys are from Pennsylvania, from Oklahoma, from Missouri. They don't know shit. You understand? They just milk their cows and shut up.
stream on Twitch. So Twitch was literally funding and facilitating and protecting them.
There's
and
no
I would report
anti-Semitism.
those people saying things like, I need to go to a concentration camp. Anyone who speaks Hebrew deserves the wall, which is every single Jew who's a part of Jewish culture at all. And tons of other vile things. When someone was literally playing a video game where they just kill Jews live on stream. It was just like, it was just.
Guess what? I have a guy who put on a camera on his head, a Go camera, and went into a mosque in New Zealand and actually played a real video games with Muslim. He killed 56 people. Imagine if that happened to Jewish people in New Zealand or Australia. Live on YouTube and live on Facebook, he unlived more than 50 or 60 Muslims on a Friday going to a mosque. That's a fucking weird shit to happen. Now, if somebody, I don't know, has a video game, no company will make a video game that is people killing Jews. I mean, I don't know, man. I've been playing games all my life. I have not seen it.
Just absolutely crazy. Yeah. And I couldn't believe when I watched people get banned for saying the word simp. I was like, wait, we're not, if we were in some like free speech.
That's a simp right there next to you.
Okay, whatever. Like, this is the environment that I kind of signed up for. But this was a very edited environment.
I caught about a week-long ban. They overturned it, thank God, right?
Thank God.
I was banned for about a week, I think, for calling someone an incel on my stream, who was actually an incel, and we were talking, right? I wasn't using it derogatorily. They were just an incel that I was talking to on my stream, and they identified as an incel, so I used the term incel. I caught I think a 3 or 4 day ban for that before they overturned it. They did overturn it to their credit.
By the way, he's an incel. I'm willing to bet you with this ugly face got. I'm willing to bet you that this guy has not got laid maybe in 2-3 years. I'm willing to bet you he hasn't kissed a girl in maybe 5. Who kissed that face and those mouths and those teeth? If you don't care about your front, your teeth are the gateway to your body. If you don't take care of them, then your body's all fucked up. So you crazy? Once in a while, he puts one of those pictures where he's without the hat on Twitter.
But I want to bring that story up to kind of put a pin in this. Like,
Story,
people, or to piggyback on what you're saying.
Piggyback what we're saying.
They didn't attack you for being a woman because they knew if they attacked you for being a woman, there would be repercussions.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they attacked you in the avenue that they knew,
Yeah.
they understood. Because I think people, unlike me, right?
Yeah, those weak
like
Jews.
People
Those
have
weak
understood
Jews.
how the Twitch system works, the Twitch
Yeah.
culture works, what it's okay to go after, what it's not okay to go after.
All
And
right.
you can't go after white people. They
Uh-oh.
banned Hasan for using the word cracker,
He just sold out the white people right there.
right? They
Mhm.
banned Vosh for using the word cracker. You can't go after men, again, like you mentioned, simps, incel, etc. You can't call people that. You will get a slap on the wrist at least.
Aren't you
It's
saying it
not a
right
ban.
now?
But
Yeah.
they can go after
You know, they hate us,
you
you know?
being a Jew
Yeah.
or Jewish,
Yeah.
and nothing happens. Did you watch the Brogan tier list thing? Did you see any of that?
Yeah, I saw the tier list she made where Sabra was at the bottom, which is hilarious. I mean, I'm an Israeli, so I've eaten a ton of hummus. So
Okay, hummus, this is the issue here. I don't know why it's a controversial issue. Sabra hummus is being made in the West Bank where the settlers are. It's made by settlers. So under international law, you cannot do business with an illegal occupation of the West Bank. They still buy it in the United States. So this is the whole problem. It's not sabra. Oh, you don't know what sabra means. It means patience. That's what it means. Good.
to be honest, it was just, and I do eat Sabra hummus because it's the best widely available hummus that you can find.
I boycott it.
The enormous hate that brand gets, like, is just, I mean, it's pretty obvious where it comes from,
Yeah.
and also what the word means.
What
I'm
does the
glad a
word
lot of
mean?
people now are trying to know what the word is and everything.
What is it?
But yeah, I just ranking people from Arab to like Arab coded, and then they put all the people they don't like in the Jew category. It was just, I just like, these people are just, they're just racial supremacists, just in
Yeah.
like in
Yeah.
different clothes.
Do you think this is ignorance or
crazy.
malice on Twitch's part?
My English or
I
malice, you know?
used to think it was ignorance.
Yeah, but it's malice.
I used to think it was
they-
just
They hate the Jews.
like a mix of ignorance and also just like commercially.
They
like,
hate
Jews
us!
are a very small population. In the streaming world, numbers and views are everything. So winning over Jews for your stream is just not useful. But Muslims and Arabs are a massive population.
You massive
they're
pop.
huge. So
You see?
and on top of
Now, Jews, small minority. I don't know, man. I don't know how many Arabs or Muslims are. I know there's a lot of stream. So what? Doesn't mean nothing, huh? There's a lot of Jewish CEOs. I'm not saying anything. A lot of congressmen, a lot of senators, and when you do the ratio to the population, they're overrepresented. We're not saying it. I vote for Schumer all the time. I vote for Schumer all the time, and he's a Democrat. He's Jewish. I don't care, but he does. I write letters when I have an issue, and he responds. That's what I want out of him. That's it.
but that Gen Z is extremely anti-Semitic. It might just make sense commercially to start at least to turn a blind eye to some of the anti-Semitism from people like Hasan Piker or Frogan.
Hasan
or just
Piker is
tons
not
of other
anti-Semitic. Get the
streamers.
fuck out of here.
The thing is that I feel like it's gotten so obvious that it actually almost feels like advocacy now.
This whole movement is to get Hasan Piker banned from Twitch because they cannot live with themselves that Hasan Piker has this large platform of 40,000 viewers a day just watching live, and he's a Turkish Muslim. And let me tell you something about Hasan Piker, whatever it is. I'm banned from his not from the whole channel. I'm banned from doing any comments because sometimes I don't know. I wrote something in Arabic one time. They just banned me. They don't want to unban me. It's almost 3 years. I don't care. I don't even watch it. because even his YouTube videos, when they put on, he's always eating, it's disgusting and he burps. But the whole idea is he is the big guy right now. And he puts a lot of spotlight on what's going on in Palestine. Now, the problem is a lot of these idiots don't know that Hamas under international law is not a terrorist organization. It's not. The only time a terrorist organization is when we disagree with it as America. You're not doing what we want. We're going to put you on a list and we're going to fuck up your money. We're going to shut off your banking access because we say so. Then when we do what we want, then we take you off the list. But under the United Nations does not view Hamas as a terrorist. It's not. It's a liberation movement. Now, this October 7th thing that is being held. Oh, the October 7th, there's a lot of questions to be asked about what happened on October 7th. Who did what? Who did to whom? When you see those cars, about 300, 400 cars burned to crisp, no, Hamas does not have those weapons. And there's something called the Hannibal, Lecture Hannibal is called probably the Hannibal, where they cannibalize, where they kill their own. Under the Israeli military doctrine, if Israelis or Jews are being taken hostage, it's better for them, according to them, so I don't want to be taken out of content, it's better for them to unalive their citizens or their soldiers than to be taken hostage. The whole idea on October 7th by Hamas was to go in and get hostages and come back. Nothing more, nothing less. There's no killing, no nothing. Why? They want to trade them for many of their people who have been in jails for tens of years. They want to do it a trade, does it? We're going to give you your people back and you get our people out of prison. That was supposed to be it. But Netanyahu, that evil MTF, saw it as an opportunity. I'm going to get back to this. That opportunity was Israel has the A-word problem, apartheid state, because it cannot annex Gaza and the West Bank and remain a Jewish majority. They can't. And if they keep them, then under international law, if they have no voting rights, no human rights, they have no nothing, then it's an apartheid state and it's illegal. So the opportunity was, let's go in there, destroy the whole Gaza, and throw them out to the desert, the Sinai Desert in Egypt. Egypt said, no, we're not going to take your problem. Then they're going to be shooting every day from here. Then we're going to have issues. Now the problem is they have destroyed all things that make life. Cemeteries have been, they have bulldozed all the cemeteries. They don't want people to have any connection to the land. All the mosques, all the schools, 12 universities with TNT bombed on purpose. They are trying to kill their education and make them stupid. If that's not fucking evil and anti-Semitic against the Arabs, because we're anti-Semites, but I mean, we're Semites, by the way, you know that, right? But we don't go around saying, well, we're Semites too. We're Semites too. Let them go.
What do you mean by that? It feels like advocacy. Can you elaborate a little bit?
I think like I don't know if you've read the Dan's website about
Dan
the
Clancy
CEO.
sucks or something. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, don't worry.
And there are just so many instances. If you catalog all the recent news, the fact that they unbanned Sneeko, like all these people who actually don't just hate Jews, right? Because they don't just hate Jews, because normally those people would get off scot-free. They're like, someone like Hasan or whatever. Though I think he hates Ukrainians too. But they unbanned people like Sneeko or Fresh and Fit and these shows that also are kind of breaking a lot of lefty things that would normally get banned on Twitch.
I don't agree with those two guys. I really don't. But I mean, if we live in free speech, they should have the opportunity to say whatever the fuck they want. You understand? Aren't you people all about free speech and the First Amendment, Second Amendment bullshit? They should. I don't agree with what's his name, Sneeko, whatever his name is. I don't like his politics. I don't like the things he say. And he's supposed to be a Muslim, and he's not representing me in hating Jews or anything. If he's hating Zionists, thank you. Fresh and Fit, they're more anti-women than they are anti-Jewish. So who gives a fuck? Let them talk, man. Those guys are fucking losers. Good.
But the thing that they're known for right now, that their new issue is hating Jews.
Hating Jews.
That happened at the exact same time. They also banned the Houthi pirate. That was huge news.
Yeah.
There is no pirates in Yemen. The Houthi pirates was a guy who has a channel on TikTok who makes content. The guy looks too dressed to be a pirate, and is against Islamic and rule to have pirates in our country. The Houthis are extremist, backward motherfuckers. Oh, curse! Now I'm gonna get they're backward MTF, and their law says any bandit, there's somebody like if you're traveling and they take the money, all pirates. What the penalty is? To cut their legs and arms. Oh, crucify them, like what they did to Jesus. That guy was not. He's a guy who has a channel who makes his content, but they want to use that. This is what they do when they want to use something against you. They make it like if it's legitimate. Oh, he had that pirate, that Houthi pirate on because he hates you. No, he had that. He's not a pirate. He's not. I'm a Yemeni. Okay, I have sources. All right, I am from there.
I saw they banned him. He got on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
And they banned him real quick. And I was like, okay. And then 12 hours later,
that's
right?
the pirate guy.
It took longer for me to get it unbanned. Okay, for saying incel, it took a few days. It took this guy 12 hours to get unbanned. Now you can, regardless of what you think of whether or not he should have been banned in the first place, that's another conversation. In their talks, in Twitch's terms of service, the
Houthi guy said, "We will defend the Palestinians. We will do everything we can to try to help the Palestinians from being killed." What they do, not that idiot who claimed to be a pirate. The government called the Houthis. They're not even the government of the country. They're not recognized. They're more of a militia group. They were shooting at ships that go from the Red Sea to prevent them from going to Israel. So they were doing that, and the rule of engagement was you have a ceasefire in Gaza, we stop. Even Hezbollah, they say, listen, you stop the killing in Gaza, and we stop the shooting. It's a simple formula. You got to stop killing Palestinian men, women, and children, and everybody's going to stop. You won't have the Iranian crisis. You won't have Hezbollah's crisis right now. You won't have the Gaza crisis like this right now. You won't have the Yemeni or the Iraqi. It's weird, these people
have a set of rules. And it's clear that if you go after Jews, they are going to look the other way.
Oh, poor Jews.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of, and no one, I talked to Tuna Chip on Saturday about this, and he couldn't give me an answer. Maybe you can. Can you think of any time any streamer on Twitch has caught even a slap on the wrist for anti-Semitism?
I can't think of it. I honestly can't.
I don't know what he said. He didn't say nothing.
Clip of it. I can't find.
Banned
he
didn't say nothing.
I can't find someone being suspended for a few days. Now that's possible that I just haven't found it yet. Right? It's possible that it's there. I'm not gonna.
I don't know why he streams like this. What a fucking ugly channel.
The more I look into this, the worse it gets for Twitch.
Wow. Twitch.
It becomes clearer and clearer and clearer that I don't know. I can't excuse it as ignorance anymore. I can't say, oh, they're just not paying attention. This is being brought to their attention.
Yeah,
it's being brought to us all of our attention.
Oh,
I also find it very telling the different responses. Asmongold's statement, which to be clear, was gross. I don't think what he said was okay, right? But whole ass news articles were written about that, right? Condemning that, exposing that. Nothing. We've got nothing. Everyone's fucking.
But Hasan Piker has said the exact same things about other groups.
Hasan Piker has never said anything. Give me the proof. You fucking both of you are liars, man. This is the whole. They wrote a. What's the guy? That dirty kid was him, Almost Gold or whatever. The first time I saw him about a year ago, and he looks. I swear to God, I look. This guy's dirty or something. There's something wrong with this guy. Forget about what he said about Muslims. I really don't care. You can say whatever you want. It's free speech. All right. I don't even think people should condemn him. He's a nut job. He doesn't shower. He looks like he's hollow. That he's like a spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like a dirty spirit. That was that Almost Gold. Whatever his name is. I swear to God, I said this guy looks hollow. It's like he's not there no more. He's been streaming so many years that he has not been dealing with the world. He doesn't leave the house. He doesn't clean up. Even the rats have moved from his house. They're like, oh, let me get the fuck out. This guy's boring. He doesn't leave. Doesn't do. He makes shit easier for us. He wants somebody who's gonna chase us around, or at least get a cat, at least. Good.
groups.
Oh yeah, about
Like
Tibet.
he said that, yeah, he said the same thing
Yeah.
about Tibet. He said the same thing about Israelis. So
What he
again,
said?
the thing is, the ironic
What
thing
did he
is, I'm not
say?
we've talked before. I'm
Yeah.
less about free speech than you are.
Yes.
But I knew when I came, I knew that I was leaning more right than the average Twitch person
Like she's important.
when I joined Twitch.
You're not
Everyone
important.
told
I
me
don't know
this was
why he
a
has you.
lefty
You're
space,
both
where
unimportant. He's
lefty
ugly
ideas
and you're
reigned
an
supreme
idiot.
because everyone else had basically been
You're
banned.
probably some fat, chubby girl.
And but like watching even now, like usually for a while it felt like very far left Jews like Ethan Klein, and he is far left, that they would be kind of put in a protected category, but
Ethan
compared to
Klein is
other
not a
Jewish
political
streamers
guy.
or
He's
creators.
a fucking
But
idiot. That's what he is.
obviously that was
He's
not
sick.
the case, right? Because at the end of the day,
That guy's gotta
for a
leave
lot
him
of these
alone.
people, there is no such thing as a good Jewish person unless they are literally pointing for other Jews to literally get killed.
The joke.
Ethan Klein, I watch him all the time. He once was talking about Jews that wear those like cowboy clothes, like with big hat and all that stuff. He said they were filthy and they don't shower. Him and his wife said that. I swear on everything I love. He said that. I was like, whoa. He said he called them filthy and they don't shower and they're dirty and smelly. Go look it up. I swear on everything I love that I heard it from his mouth. And his wife is, and his wife said, yeah. And she talks like that. Yeah, you're right. You understand? I used to watch them religiously. I loved when they had the podcast and when they used to interview people like from YouTube. I don't like the platform they have now. You know, this gossip. You know, it's good for their fans, but it's not good for me as an adult. You know.
Right. There a Zionist Jew walks into a bar and an anti-Zionist
Here we
Jew
go
walks
with
into
the
a
joke, the bar
Bartender
jokes.
looks at them both, says, "We don't serve Jews here." Right. Like they
Yeah.
don't actually distinguish. I think that I feel so bad for Ethan Klein.
Yeah,
I feel
different.
so
Oh,
bad
me
for
too.
that man. I don't agree with all his politics, obviously.
He has no
But
politics.
he has been one of the most pro-Palestine voices for years. Like back in 21, even before that, he was always very pro-Palestine, always. But the fact that he refuses to chant death to Israel is enough for them to treat him like they treat any other.
The problem is Ethan Klein. I already said it in the beginning of the show. Ethan Klein is not a political person. He doesn't have any politics in his body. He's an entertainment guy, and he has a lot of mental issues. Leave him alone. Well, I swear to God, I feel sorry for him. Ethan Klein, if you ever hear my voice, I really do feel sorry for you and your family. Really. I think you should just shut it down. Don't talk about Hasan Piker. Don't get involved with the politics in Israel. It has nothing to do with you because you're not that person. You understand? I heard you say a lot of things about good things about Palestinians. He even said that when he went on his birthright, that the Israeli military uses beautiful Israeli girls to get American Israelis to live in Israel. He said, I did the opposite. I took one of them out. So they have one less person in Israel. He said that. I mean, he's joking, of course. But when you have these two idiots talking, it doesn't make any sense. This victimhood of being Jewish and you're being crucified on Twitch. Come on, man. The CEO of Amazon are Jewish. The whole idea that there's this cabal of people just saying crazy shit. Yeah, once in a while you have a fucking idiot. But I will swear on everything I love that Hasan Piker is not an anti-Semitic person. I think he's just a person that just talk his mind. He's the real leftist left on Twitch and YouTube from this kind of generation. He talks the truth. You understand? We're all against the war with Russia and Ukraine. The whole idea, you know who started the war in Russia with Ukraine? Is Antonio Blinken, the Secretary of State. He put up the heat on the war and started it. A piece of shit. There was no war. Putin said, give me some security guarantees. He said, no, we're not going to give it to you.
Other Jew, I think should be a wake-up call. If you are Jewish and you're friends with these people and you think that you simply because you have the right policy.
If you're a friend of those people, this piece of shit, the toothless Kibler who makes cookies in his fucking trailer, he is anti-Palestinian. It's in his blood. I don't know if he still got his magic underwears from the Mormon days or not, but he's a fucking anti-Muslim, anti-Arab. He has not done one show on Palestinian children being killed in mass numbers, or anything has to do with the plight of the Palestinian people in Gaza as human beings. He has not addressed the RAPE thing that happened when Israeli soldiers took a man and violated him sexually and inserted in his rectum a phone. He has not covered that or condemned it as a fucking contact maker. You understand? And that is so disgusting and so anti-Islamic, anti-Arab. But he's not important. I don't care. I don't care what he says. You really think I care? What, he has about 800 views? Every time 1,000? And if you want to get his numbers up, he'll start talking about women and issues. Oh, they're like a Jerry Springer show, kind of show. He is untalented. He has no talent. The only thing he got is he gets guests. I don't know how he does it. Maybe they feel sorry for that face or anything. He's in Australia. He got to make himself a couple of dollars a month, whatever. That's the only thing he got going for him. And that ecstasy there, or ecstasy, whatever I name, is full of shit.
Politics, if that's going to save you, I think this should be a wake-up call to you. Right? I think this should be a wake-up call that no, as soon as you step out of line, even a little, you're going to be put in the love sovereign.
No, you can't be friends with them.
You know,
that's what we do business.
Yeah,
together.
and the thing is that this type of extreme anti-Semitism, ironically, I feel like Ethan probably cares more about
there
Palestinians
is
than
no
most of those people on
anti-Semitism.
this
I looked it up. It's all
because
a
I've
fucking
heard him
lie.
advocate for them so
all
much.
a lie.
And on top of that, as an Israeli and a Jewish person, he actually
There
has
we
a
go.
lot more power to contribute to Israeli society and help do things that help benefit Palestinians as well. But it's just at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And I'm glad that he started to be open about it. I kept thinking the way Hasan was talking to him Hasan treats him kind of, it's like the dynamic felt like an abuser and a victim.
It's not.
The way
It wasn't that. Is that the whole idea? Ethan didn't know what's going on. Ethan is not a political person. He doesn't give a fuck about it. He talks about child stuff, about rumors and stuff on YouTube. You understand? That's why when he had Hasan said, it's not going to work. I swear to God, I said that. It's not going to work. First of all, it's bad for Ethan's brand. It's going to hurt Ethan's brand. Ethan's brand is these young little kids running around, maybe 17, 15, 14 years old, giving him his money every month. Like they're like he gets millions of dollars out of them. They don't care about what's going on in North Korea, South Korea, or in Japan, or in China, or the Chinese Sea, whatever you want to call it, or in Gaza. They don't know. They don't got enough time for that. So when they did that show that left over, it made no sense. It was a loss for Ethan, because Ethan was going to make his brand toxic, because every political channel is toxic, because people don't agree with you. They don't agree with me what I just said. Maybe I got some guys right now say, look how stupid he is. Look at he's so stupid. He's so stupid, this fucking Arab guy. These are weak fans. Good, you dirty bastard. Good.
Way he controlled his speech, the way he demonized all of his ideas. Like if you watch The Leftovers, it was really hard to watch. Just like aside from the anti-Semitism, it was this weird toxic dynamic where this guy was constantly being told he's stupid. And I'm glad that he's finally stood up for himself.
You're saying stupid.
I think it's like almost in the worst way. Like, not that him standing up himself was bad, right? But what I mean by that is like I've been in situations where I thought people were my friend, right? And I think Ethan considered Hasan a friend. I'm maybe I'm doing a little mind
friends if you mind your business.
But I imagine that their relationship, Ethan thought we're buddies, we're pals. Okay. And we're gonna do show together, we're gonna do some content together. We'll hang out, we have a lot of the same beliefs, right? I figured that was the case.
All right.
And I think Ethan recognized and realized, oh, these people I thought were my friends.
Oh, these people. Who are these people? Who are they? These people.
Right? They don't even fucking like me. And that is heartbreaking to me. Maybe I'm being an open like
Kibler, relax. Listen, you fucking owl. You're sounding a bit racist there. These people, you gotta stop saying these people. You see how you sound? You're the racist. I don't know how you see me as an Arab. I'm more better than you. Successful. Look how clean I look. Look at you. You don't even shower, probably. You got that little spot on the corner of the trailer park, whatever the fuck it is. You're a racist. Because every time I come on your channel, you kick me out. Well, he's in danger. Well, he's in danger of my channel. I don't want you to use my channel. He's crazy. Omar is crazy. Omar is crazy. Look what he said. I have seen worse. It's just you don't want to hear the other side. You don't want to hear the truth because the truth hurts.
Heart guy here, but that I just like, oh man, no, that's oof.
No, it's those human stories that really get to. My grandfather survived the Holocaust, and
There we go, the Holocaust. There we go.
When he was alive,
She threw the bomb in there.
Harrowing, some were gruesome and violent and disgusting. But of all the stories that horrified me the most, it was like when he talked about how his neighbors in Romania sold them out, that they had been friends with and close to, and had relied on.
Well, I mean, if you really feel for the people of the Holocaust, you should feel for the Palestinians, because the Palestinians had nothing to do with the Holocaust. Nobody wanted to take the Jews. That's why they killed them. The British didn't want them. The Americans did not want them. Nobody wanted them. So Hitler said, well, the final solution, I'm going to kill all of them. Then the Palestinians took them in. There are some Jews who came and lived inside Palestinian homes. And when 1948 happened, they kicked the Palestinians out and took their homes. The same people that they took in as refugees to help. They were coming from Europe, all dirty with lice on them and shit. But, that's another story for another day.
And their kids had played together, they'd been family, friends. But when shit hit the fan, people, drew lines, and some people were, at the end of the day, were not really your friends.
Yeah, it's criminals.
And like that also
has nothing to do with Hasan Piker.
Extreme in a situation like that.
Has nothing to do with Hasan Piker.
But, it's very hard, and as a Jewish person, it feels very isolating because again,
I hate this fucking victimhood, man.
And
I hate it, man.
It's
I just
rely.
Well, as an Arab, man, I really hate it because I'm not getting the views I need.
Sure.
People hate me because I'm an Arab. I'm a Muslim. People, they hate Arabs. If they hate Arab, why don't I have a community? I want my own community on Discord. All right, I want it. You see how hatred of Arab is? Shut up. Jews are not having a hard time on Twitch. That's the stupidest thing to say. What the hell is Twitch? Who cares? Twitch. Oh, YouTube. You guys, it's controlled over there.
Openly Jewish,
you guys,
identifies as Jewish, etc.
Yeah.
What is there anything Twitch can? What should Twitch do if they want to be better? They want to improve. What steps do you, as a Jew, want them to take to kind of win your trust back?
Get rid of all the Arabs, the Muslims, and don't have anybody talk about Palestine or anything else. That's the only thing she's going to settle for. That's it. Good.
If they can at all.
Number one, I think they need to fire the CEO, hands down. I'm very convinced he's an anti-Semite. I mentioned earlier a bunch of the other things that made me think that there was some like anti-Semitic advocacy going on.
Don't you notice nobody has said anything what they said
those things
anti-Semitic?
Combined with the fact that they had actually banned Israeli users secretly and
Secretly.
knew about it and like lied about it to individual Israeli users that would say, well, hey, what's going on with my account?
That was meant to keep Palestinians out of Twitch from the West Bank and Gaza. You understand? You dumb idiots. How are they going to let them have accounts without those other people having accounts? You know how bad this is going to look on them for public relation? They're trying to help the Israeli army, the IOF. They're trying to cover for their murder and killing, which is trying to help Israel indirectly. But you idiots don't understand that.
And then they lied about it today. It makes it much more intentional. The way, and especially when you think about all these very famous unbans that have happened to these very famous Holocaust deniers and anti-Semites, like these things, these questions don't just happen, they don't get lost in the bureaucracy, these level of decisions. This thing went higher up.
Donald Trump 2024.
So I basically think if I was Amazon, I would want to clear out the CEO and clear out basically all the top people making those decisions.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily
the trust and
really
safety team, to be clear, right? That's who you're referring to, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, if the trust and safety team, I don't know, for all I know, they're getting instructions from the CEO to do something, and it's like, and at that point, it's maybe. For all we know, maybe one of them was one of the ones that blew a whistle, or was the one that talked to Destiny and Dan about it. I have no clue, but
fucking comment.
It's just at the end of the day, the CEO and the top executives who run Twitch
subscribers are dumb as fuck.
And there is a massive cultural problem where anti-Semitism is glorified, terrorism is glorified, and Twitch has become propaganda for young people, literal Nazi level go bullshit. And that needs to be dealt with very seriously. And so until that happens, I'm not going to be dealing with Twitch. It's confirmed a lot of the. They also need to literally enforce anti-Semitism bans.
Oh,
And they
okay,
need to
she left.
be
That's
Are you
very
going
good.
critical
to
when
Are you
someone
going to
uses
stop
the term
streaming on Twitch?
Zionist.
Wow,
Are you
watch,
gonna
watch,
stop streaming
watch.
on Twitch till you get
Watch.
account?
Yeah,
No, the
probably.
money is
Really?
too
Yeah.
good.
I just like, yeah, because YouTube's just much better at dealing with this. Ironically, out of all the platforms that I was on, the one that dealt with the anti-Semitism the best was Twitter, which is so hilarious because I feel like Twitter gets a reputation of being the biggest hellhole of all.
It can be,
Yeah,
right? It really
yeah,
depends on the
Oh,
day,
it
but
can be. It
yeah.
can be.
yeah. Twitter was the only one that was
Look at
attempting to
Sim. He's
ban
a
the people,
simp. That's not a
not
man.
blasphemy.
I don't.
That's the
So
most
I get it.
disgusting
Like I'm not
human
here
being
to
of
tell
a
you what to
man.
do with your
That's why
account,
men
right?
are like that, like him.
But here would be my argument why maybe deleting and stop streaming on Twitch might be a bad idea. Let me
Are
run
we
it
gonna
by
give
you.
it to them?
If all the people who are disgusted by anti-Semitism, and I count myself among them,
Thank you.
just flee.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. That's for
Yeah,
you.
I appreciate it.
If they flee Twitch,
Love fest.
all that will remain are the anti-Semites, right? That's all that will remain. That's
Yeah.
all that's going to be there. The fact that we have people like you, right, and other Jewish voices still there is actually a good thing. And I understand.
I think we
that
had enough of this fucking garbage. What the hell are they talking about? What are you talking about? The most idiotic people I've ever seen in my whole life. You understand? Oh, I don't know. Yeah. What are you talking about? You're so wicked. He doesn't know what's going on. These people are nothing but simps. You know. What's his name? Wick, he gets a couple $100 from Progressive USA, whatever it is. He thinks he's gonna lose it if he says something else. Because Brianna was like, no, we gotta keep the pressure. We gotta keep the pressure on them. We gotta, don't talk about the Palestinians are getting killed. Don't talk about that. That's Brianna. Don't you dare. Let me just see one more thing. This is Hasan.
Untrue rant calling for his friend to be banned on Twitch will have you think. Ethan turning off comments on the video when fans disagree with him in the comments. I think people don't understand that Ethan's own fan base, because he had a genuine change of mind, which I respect him for, on a lot of these issues, he cultivated a very progressive community.
Yeah.
Centering this conversation around the personal feelings of a person living in Los Angeles, California, is some of the most unproductive, most selfish, American exceptionalist, garbanzo nonsense I have ever had to encounter. The well is so deep. The well is so deep for American insanity, okay? How does this center my feelings? And it's not even your personal feelings. It's not even your personal feelings. It's the feelings of another.
I think this motherfucker is the most intelligent person I've ever seen. He knows how to say it. He knows what he's talking about. His tongue doesn't slip. You understand? Now he's addressing the Ethan Klein debacle. It's not even a debacle. They're just using Ethan Klein as a fodder to try to get him banned. That's all it is.
Other person that you're coming in here to continue this conversation on. I'm done. The reason why I don't cover this stuff is because I don't think it's productive, number one. I think it's for a lot of people who simply care about the drama of it all, not necessarily about the real impact. I think it's a great disservice to the people that I have met, both online and people that I've had here in person. Like,
look at the difference between him and that simp, Wick, the Kibler, the cookie maker. Look at the difference in intellectual and how he talks.
Your expectation from me is to sit back and talk about like just endless selfish, self-centered drama. Like, how can I make the about me is what it feels like. It feels hollow. It feels like it's a disservice. And I get kind of grossed out when I see my own chatters coming in here to try and consistently repeat these talking points. Okay. You did it. You got it. You successfully got me to talk about this. And my patience is running thin on this matter. The endless selfishness, the untapped well of American selfishness and American individualism is in full display. It comes across as like a good faith effort, but I don't think any of you genuinely want to hear a good faith perspective. It's so stupid.
So
This is straight up some
stupid.
Keemstar
Is he
level
eating?
bullshit.
No
These
way.
are deeply unserious people.
He's always eating.
It sucks. How are you doing mentally? I'm doing fine. I was doing fine until I went live and saw this like barrage of idiotic statements. Like one thing that I did see from all the drama that like immediately zapped my brain was Ethan using a clip from a Bonercelli fan account in his takedown. Okay. Like, that's crazy, man. How far down the rabbit hole are you that you're doing that?
Yeah,
Look,
I feel sorry
people
for
have
him.
time and time again come after me for a litany of different idiotic things, right? And
I am willing to bet everything I owe that Hasan Piker has no ill will against Ethan Klein, and probably was gonna reach out to him behind the scene and tell him, and I should, Hasan, if you're listening to me, reach out to Ethan Klein and tell him, listen, Ethan, there's no beef between me and you. I don't hold you accountable for anything. You can say whatever you want. You could be pro-Israel. You could pro whatever you want to be. It's okay. It's freedom of speech. And we are both Americans. They're both citizens. Well, I'm American too. It's okay. You should. I feel sorry. I think Ethan Klein has a lot of depressive issues. He has a lot of what I'm saying mental. I'm not saying that he's crazy. I don't know how to put it into words. He takes a lot of antidepressant medication. He's going through a lot, because before he didn't used to do that shit with his hand. He never did that. He used to do it with his eyes. I used to watch him religiously. Those are the side effects of all the. He's so heavily medicated that it's affecting his twitch. He's twitching with his hand. I swear to God, I see the commercial on TV of people who are like that. Let's see. Go ahead, Hasan. I love this guy, man. He has me banned in his channel. I can't write, and I'm still on his side. And I hate because he's the most boring. I think he's so boring because he repeats the same. He repeats the same word all the time that I can't stand that. You understand? Yeah, like, go ahead, man. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
I think only time causes people to look at this stuff with a different. Only time causes people to like truly comprehend what I'm about. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and I'll just hope that people will be charitable and people will understand where I'm coming from. And I think his own community is still very much upset at him, and I don't think that like it's something that I don't think that he understands. Like, not every single person that's upset at him is like a fan of mine. I was live yesterday. I wasn't talking about this shit. And I saw some of the comments before they disabled the comments. Like, I saw people with the screenshots of the comments. All the top comments are like, dude, what are you doing? Like, it's just like, what do you want me to do? Bad faith generalizations off of like short clips that are completely antithetical to my worldview.
Thank you.
Completely against everything that I stand for. Get the fuck out of here for years and years and years. Listen, if you were white, this conversation wouldn't happen. I am white, just not white enough for some on this issue.
He is white, but the problem is
I don't get hit on like this.
Is
This is
it,
the one issue.
the world is so strange. Turkish who are white are not considered white because they're Muslims, and Armenians, what dark skin and olive skin, I consider white because they're Christian. It's so weird how the word works. He's white. I'm white. I'm white. According to the United States law, I'm white. But we don't go by color. I'm a proud Arab American. I'm proud of my heritage. I don't want to be called by a color, white or blue or red. I'm not a crayon. I have an history. I come from a rich culture of poets, of scientists, astronomers, doctors, the first of the first philosophers. I don't want to give that up for the word white. He's white. Even white people should not even be proud of that word. European, man, Caucasians. You're German. Say, I'm a German American. I'm an Irish American. Say your background, man. Be proud of who you are. Don't let them put you in a corner of a brush of crayon, man. That shit is so weird. Good.
That's why I said yesterday, like, I urge Ethan to talk to Sam Cedar. Okay.
Yep.
There are very thoughtful, very kind, very understanding, and much less, how do I say this, that he could talk to I think, develop a different understanding.
That's
of
a
these
good idea.
matters.
Sam Cedar is
I don't think
good.
that
I watch
will
his
be able to
majority
reach
report. I
him,
watch it every
but
day.
maybe they could. That's it. Like, because the reason why I bring up Sam Cedar is because, well,
You have a
not only
relationship.
is he my uncle, okay, my real uncle.
Because Sam Cedar, a Jewish American who has the best. I love it. The Majority Report. I watch it. Not the whole thing; it's too long, but I love watching it, especially the clips. Sam Sita and that beautiful woman. I can't pronounce her name, and the other guys. It's a good show. I used to love to watch it when Michael Brooks was still alive. Rest in peace, Michael Brooks. The most important thing in history to happen now, you should have been part of it, and you would have been able to speak on it. But God does what he wants to do. Go ahead, Hasan, man. Go ahead, Hasan. Hasan.
And not my fake uncle like Jank. But also because I think he is an incredibly thoughtful person that will broach the subject with a lot more charitability than someone like Felix will. You know what I mean? I just don't think that I can, I'm gonna be honest, like I just don't think that I can like penetrate the hardened position that he has. Felix Dome got it. I love Felix. He is brilliant. He's hilarious. He is my goat. He is not as tactful as others. You get a little bit more hardened, I think.
Hasan Pike is not an anti-Semite. They're just trying to get him banned.
The way that you approach the subject matter is going to be less tactful. Time will absolve you per tradition. Yeah.
All those people, the dirty dozens and more than the dirty dozens, they have this, they don't want to see a person of that caliber like Hasan Pike who speaks truth to power. You understand? And I think he's gay, by the way. That's a different story. I think he's gay, but we'll find out later on. I get those vibes out of him, but it's okay to be gay. But the whole idea that he's a Muslim and he happens to cover the Middle East even-handedly. He's not pink-washing or whatever you call it, or whitewashing the genocide in Gaza. The problem with people like Wick, the toothless Kibler, who doesn't make any cookies, the problem with him is he has a dilemma. And the other people, they're on the wrong side of history. They are witnessing a genocide in front of their own eyes. They are seeing men right now. They have northern Gaza surrounded, no water, no food. They have to surrender or die, and they're killing them every day. They don't want to speak into that. That is the most disgusting human beings you could have. If Israeli citizens were being surrounded and being starved to death, I swear to God, I will be the first one to fight with them against the Palestinians. You have to be a human first. You have to be a human, then politics come later. Right is right and wrong is wrong, no matter what. It's not a matter of taking sides. You understand? Especially people like me and Hasan and others, we're afraid to talk. Because if we speak on what's going on, we're anti-Semites. We're pro-terrorists. We are supporting terrorist organizations. Right away, we are broad brush. But, I don't give a F. I will speak on it, and I will speak on anything. Wherever wrong is being wrong, I will speak truth to power, whatever I feel. That's how I was raised. I was raised differently than the guy with the magic underwear. What's his name? Wick? And the cockhold, Destiny, and the confused he, him, she, whatever the fuck he is. What's his name? I don't know. You know who, the woo guy, the woo thing. And the others, I was raised differently. I was raised to be, my father used to tell me honestly, he used to say, Omar, when, my father was a businessman. I got into business too. He said, when you ever have a business meeting or you have a situation in business, don't let the other guy leave with a bitter in his mouth like you got over him. Give him something like sweet to walk away. Even if you benefited like 80%, if you benefit 90%, give him 10% back or 20%. So when he leaves that table, he doesn't feel bitter or hatred towards you. You understand? And God is going to give you greatness because you were shareable and you're dealing as a businessman with them. That's how we were raised. Our religion, Islam, taught us like that. They've been demonizing us as terrorists, as hateful, who beat up women, who hate children. No, we don't. The Quran said if one human being is killed unjustified, it's like killing all humanity. It's in the Quran, it says that. But we don't have to prove that to anybody. You understand? So this is what we have. We have a dilemma. If we speak for the Palestinians, then we are categorized as terrorists or as a sympathizers of terrorism. You understand? And the real terrorists are the Israelis.
But it sure sucks while you're living in it, you know? Not that it matters. I saw something online on my subreddit, actually,
These fucking
that I
subreddits are
wanted
making
to
all the problems.
point to. Someone did an effort post. I mean, there's a lot of effort posts, right? But this one was really interesting because I think Ethan took a clip from the stream out of context on his show. So I figured it would be a good idea to add context by breaking down the stream with timestamps. Impossible to argue that Hasan is doing anything but standing up for Ethan and telling off his chat in the stream, regardless of what Ethan's unhinged, untrue rant calling for his friend to be banned on Twitch will have you think. Ethan turning off comments on the video when fans disagree with him in the comments is insane. If I did something that was fucked up by my estimations, I would of course apologize for it. I have time and time again. Every single moment that we're covering this stuff, by the way, is successfully centering the conversation back to like the feelings of people living in the lap of luxury, myself included. I'm selfishly indulging in this and it feels wrong. I'd rather talk about anything else. There are a shit ton of other people. Ethan has been a very famous person online for years and years, developed a lot of people who hate him, just like myself. Okay. I have a lot of haters that aren't just coming from Boner Chelly's community. Okay. I think people don't understand that Ethan's own fan base, because he had a genuine change of mind, which I respect him for, okay, still to this day, on a lot of these issues, he cultivated a very progressive community, much broader and much different than my community. And those very progressive people, understandably, have a different attitude. I think that is the main problem here. That, like, the main problem here is that I don't think he understands this. I don't think he understands.
Some of our friend, Klein, it was an ethnic Klein, right? Ethnic Klein. I'm a fan of ethnic Klein. I watched him like 7-8 years before I knew who this guy was. Before he was on Twitch, anyway. Some of his community are very liberal or leftist, so they don't agree with him on the politics of Palestine. So he's having a lot of problem with it. And he's losing a lot of followers. He already lost 100,000 people. People don't know that sometimes everything has to do is with money. In life, everything goes around and how much it costs. Anything always concerns money. You understand? So he's losing a lot of followers. I think he lost more than 100,000, and he's taking that on Hasan.
Understands that his like audience actively try to not think about his opinions or the way he presents himself on this issue, because the reality of the matter is, like, I still believe and hope that he is considerate. I don't know where he's at on the matter, but considering that he consistently pulls up like random people on Twitter, I think that's his way of saying, like, my opinion on the issue is known by everyone. But every single time, even the conversations, like, look back at the conversations that we had in the early steps, okay, in the early stages of October, the conversation that we had on my stream. Go back and watch the conversation with today's eyes. My position on none of this has changed, okay? And since then, a lot more people have become more cognizant, become more understanding of the situation on the ground, okay? I've had all of this. I've had this whole thing. I've had this entire conversation now at this point, and all he will see are things that are clip-chimped with the most negative framing possible, and it will continue this endless spiral of drama, okay? Let me see if I can find it. Something I said back then that got also clipped out of context is still very prescient, okay? There was a part in this conversation that was clipped where I was like, look, I can't control how people feel about the way that you present yourself on this issue. If you recall at the time, people clipped that out of context to be like, oh, I can't control my own community. He's saying, oh, I can't control his own community, when he's like demanded other people control their community. What I was saying in that situation is, I have done everything I can to control my community. I have regularly, with regular frequency, yelled at them. Okay? At this point, this was all the way back. This was on November 9th.
Oh, it's there.
The overwhelming majority of the points that you have communicated in the past 12 months pertain to how you feel and how you feel like you are the real victim of this situation,
Yeah.
then yes, people are going to inevitably not have charitability for you, especially.
Anthony Klein is fucking confused, man. I hope he's gonna be all right. This is gonna fuck up his mental health, man. Yo, Ethan, man, I'm a nobody, man. I'm just a fucking idiot on. I'm just an idiot on YouTube. I don't see anything, but I think this is bad for your mental health. Don't read the comments. Who cares what these communities are? Who the hell cares about it? I have never been on Reddit. I don't even know what Reddit is. I hear a lot. Ooh, Reddit. Who the hell? Who? I read it. What I read it? Huh? So I mean, you have to understand what's going on in Palestine. Even the majority of American Jews are against it. It has nothing to do with anti-Semitism. It's about human rights. It's about human beings being unalived for no reason. But you can fight a war. Men can fight wars. If you start a war with those Hamas, fight them. Go under the tunnel. You can get them. How did you get all of Hezbollah's leaders, but you couldn't get the leaders of Hamas? You understand? It's an old game you're playing. You just want to destroy Gaza so you could take it over and settle it. Everybody knows the game. But the whole idea is Anthony Klein found out that some of his fans are also against his views on what's going on in Gaza.
12 months into it. And it's not my audience. It's not just my audience, rather. Yeah. It's a much broader audience that you've cultivated of progressive people. That's it. It comes across as hollow and very self-centered. And I don't know what else to say about it. There is a much higher purpose here. Okay. It's hard for me to have a serious conversation about this because it comes across as insanely selfish. I don't know how else to talk about this issue. Totally agree with you, but these freaks are going to just say you're deflecting his criticism.
Go apologize, whatever it is.
Criticism is wrong.
Even if you're not wrong.
The fact that I entertained it this much is already silly. And here's the reality of the matter. This is it. His own audience feeling this way. And he knows that his own audience feels this way. These are not my fans. Some of them might be. Okay. Someone on the crew needs to have an intervention with Ethan. That's a foot soldier. So like he knows that his community does not respond to this stuff kindly, and that's it. But yeah, I think that the last thing I'm going to say on this, once again, I urge Ethan to talk to Sam Cedar about this. Okay. I think Sam Cedar can offer him a fresh perspective on the matter.
All right, forget about Sam Cedar. My advice to you, Hasan Piker, is it's very easy, man. All you have to do, just pick up the phone and call Ethan. It's very easy, man. Whenever you want to do something in life and you have an issue of somebody, you have a problem with somebody. When I'm talking about a problem like this, not street problems, the best thing to do is go to the source, call directly to the person. Did people say I said that about you? I heard you saying. Well, who are the person telling you they're lying? I said so. And if I said something that hurt you, I am sorry. And I don't want to lose your friendship. And I think your friendship is more important than some idiots on Reddit. It's very easy. Just go to the source, Hasan. Just call Ethan. That's it. And the game is over. Ethan is a good guy, man. He's a good guy. His wife is good. Forget about when they say, oh, he was an Israeli soldier. So what? Everybody has to go to, in my country, if you're 18, you have to go to you join the military. Does that make you a person? No, it doesn't. Now let's go to Ethan. God damn, Ethan, you ready holding your ears? He's fucking, okay. All right, this is our friend Ethan right now. We're going to go to him. This is the response. This is before I think Hasan responded to him. Okay, let's go. Okay. He's a very good person.
Here's my goal with this. I'm going to get through this as quickly and factually as I can. I feel that I need to say this. I need to address this once and for all. And just, this is it, okay?
Okay, you could tell Ethan Klein is in pain. And he's in pain over something that doesn't make any sense. Who cares? It's politics. Do you think after I argue with somebody on Twitter or anything, I go to sleep thinking about it? As soon as I move on to the next person, you always got to troll. So what? But Ethan Klein, if you're hearing me, my brother, from an Arab brother to a Jewish brother, We're both cousins, man. We are cousins, believe it or not. I'm going to give you this advice. I've been a fan of yours more than 7 or 8 years. I've been watching you. My family loves you, and they love your wife. I think your wife is a good human being. I don't care if she was in the IDF. He had no choice. She didn't hurt nobody. She fell in love. A matter of fact, she did us a favor. She left Israel. Thank you. I don't know, Halala. I don't know how to say her name. I forgot. You have good, I think you got 2 children. I watched you when you had that dog Shredder one time. The first show I saw of Anthony Klein was he was in underwear because his wife was away and he had no clean clothes. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy looks dirty? What's going on? And I fell in love with his show. I used to love his podcast. Used to love his style of interviewing. And I think this is hurtful for no reason. The person you guys are fighting and you're being hurt is by other people who are making stupid comments. Don't listen to those people. Don't listen to the toothless guy named Kibler, the one tooth Wick TV, or others, or Ecstasy, whatever her name is, or anybody else. You are a good human being, and I think Hasan, please call him directly. Go to the source or visit him. You guys are in California. Get some stuff, some Turkish food and sweets. Turkish are famous for like for peanuts and all that stuff, all those food. And take him as a gift and go visit his family and say, listen, I'm here, man. I came here as a human being.
So let's turn off chat.
Yep.
Because I don't, you know what I mean? Whatever you guys have to say at this moment.
He's toxic. He pays attention to his to these people. That's hurtful.
I don't want it to be toxic. That's it. That's why I'm turning it off.
Okay.
All right. As I said, I'm going to be quick and factual. There's no fluff. I want to get through as fast as I can.
And I believe you.
This is not something you're interested in. Obviously, I understand. I would suggest you refer to timestamps or catch our Friday show if you don't want to watch this. Totally understand.
See? He knows his subscribers are not political. They don't know anything about what's going on in Gaza, and they don't care. Anthony Klein is out of his league. Just go back to what you do good. Forget about that. You can have an opinion. You're free to have an opinion, but your community and your show is not about that. And he knows that, and I know that. Even when you did that show, Leftover was the worst thing you could ever do with Hasan. Not because Hasan is bad, but you're 2 different kind of products. A matter of fact, I was like saying, why is Ethan doing this? Is toxic. That was a toxic thing for his brand. Your brand is different. Your brand is happy and joking, talking about, rumors or infighting on YouTube, Showdown, or you have an interview with big guys like Bill Burr and other people. That's who you are. Hasan tackles a lot of crazy shit and it's unpopular stuff. And he does that. And sometimes it brings a lot of blowback against him that he doesn't need. But that's what he does.
Before I begin, I would like to address a couple of points that I know will be brought up. One that I hear a lot: why don't you talk to Hasan about this privately?
You should have done that.
I did text him a couple of weeks ago,
and he's an
after
idiot.
I saw the clip of him saying that he had no problem with Hezbollah. I texted him that I thought it was pretty disappointing and disturbing the way that he was.
See?
I'm on no sleep. Sorry. Okay.
See, he's not sleeping. He's taking all that medication. That's why he got the handshake like that. That's from the medications he take. So let me tell you about Hezbollah. Hezbollah is a group that's fighting the occupation of Lebanese territory. Right now, Israel controls 2 regions inside Lebanon called Mazar al-Shib'a, the Shib'a farms, and there's another one I can't pronounce the name. The Hezbollah is saying they have to withdraw from there. So you understand what Hezbollah, why it's created? So under international law, they have the right to fight that. I don't agree with Hezbollah. I never did. You know what I don't like about Hezbollah? I don't like a state within a state. I don't like the idea that you have the state and you have a militia that has more weapons than the state. I want for Lebanon to flourish because Lebanon is a very fragile or complex country with different Christians, different Muslims, and it's unique the way they set it up. The French before they left, or the English, I don't know. So the whole idea, I believe in institution. I want Lebanon to have real institution. only one army for the whole country. The weapons, the monopoly of violence should be with the state of Lebanon, not Hezbollah. But Hezbollah is the creation of Israel. In 1982, when Israel invaded Lebanon, the product of that was Hezbollah. Hezbollah came out as a ragtag group that was fighting them back, with small guns, AK-47. They were trained by the Palestinian Liberation Organization, and later on, they were adopted by the Iranian Revolution in 1985. About 34 years later, that's how they became powerful. Good.
What's the word? He was hyping up Hezbollah. And granted, when I texted him that, I said, you don't have to respond to me. I totally understand because it's unsolicited, criticism. I get it. But I was kind of hoping to open the door to a more personal conversation.
Yeah, that would have been good.
He did not reply, which I took as basically just like we're on the opposite sides of this issue and talking isn't going to really help, which I get. And I agree. That's probably where we're at, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I did try. And again, not to blame him because I said you don't have to respond, just so you know. I felt I needed to tell you this. So it's not like that's what happened. Okay. And in fact, we haven't spoken in a few months. We've spoken very little since the show ended. Obviously, this is what I don't like. I've been taking these stupid little pot shots at him and Instagram stories and stuff.
Yeah, sure, done
Something
that.
happened over the past few days that really fucking set me off and made me get kind of just like determined to finally just do this once and for all.
Okay.
So obviously things have gotten more strained between us as time has gone by.
He got his eyes closed.
And after some recent events, which I'll get into, I find it impossible not to say anything. I people don't need to speculate about our relationship, about our opinions about each other. I just want to address it now openly, bluntly. As a person, as a friend, I respect Hasan. I don't think you need to choose between us. It's not like that. In fact, it's not personal at all.
Okay.
I
That's
am
fucking
seeing
raw,
a
man.
concerning
That's
rise
raw.
in anti-Semitism and a normalization of it in a way that I don't think Hasan is anti-Semitic.
Okay, hold on, Ethan. I disagree with to say that Hezbollah has the right to fight Israel is not anti-Semitic. Anti-Semitism is like, let's say, I hate you for what you are, like in a neighborhood. I don't want to deal with you or call you names or attack you. That's anti-Semitism. It's petty shit. But when you are disagreeing politically of what's going on in Israel, that's not anti-Semitism. That's just that you have different views on what's going on. Don't attach it to anti-Semitism. Don't use anti-Semitism as the go-to card every time something happens. I hate the word Islamophobia. I hate that word because it's like homophobia, Islamophobia. Why you put us with that group, motherfuckers? Why can't I be just anti-Muslim? But I hate when they use that too. You don't need to use that. If it happens, it is Islamophobia. But if something that you have, I'm not saying that. Go ahead, man.
But I do think that stuff he does contribute to it.
Go eat.
I know that's a big claim. However, I hope that you will watch this through. I believe it's well supported, and I feel that it will be persuasive if you listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
So please at least give me the due. Give me your ears for a moment to hear me out.
I love you, man. I love you. I think you're a good human being. I really do.
Yeah, but again, like,
what do you mean? But
it's not. I mean, Hasan can do better. He can conduct himself better, in my opinion. It's possible that we could be friends again down the line, or not that we stop being friends, but we could be friendly again or more on talking terms. I don't know, down the line. But at the moment, he is like the lead. He's kind of like the most prominent voice on this issue. So it's not personal. It's literally just addressing where this is all coming from. Another comment that I read all the time that I want to address up front, and it's kind of a part of all the problems that I'm having here, is that I hear all the time.
He needs help.
This was the top comment on a thread on our subreddit, is that with all the terrible
fucking
things happening in Gaza,
motherfuckers, man, making all the problems.
I can't bring myself to care about anti-Semitism. Yeah. Which I understand the sentiment, right? There are terrible things happening in Gaza. However, these are the people who are nonstop trying to convince everybody that Zionism is not Judaism and convince themselves that we don't hate Jews, we just hate Zionists.
It's not.
So when
it's true.
Complain about anti-Semitism, why is it that it always goes back to Israel? It seems that they're the ones that are confused about Zionism and Judaism. Because again, if I'm complaining about anti-Semitism, what does that have to do with Gaza, or what does that have to do with Gaza?
Listen, Ethan, you need to understand that you're wrong on this thing. Don't conflate the both. Judaism is different and Jews, and Zionism is different. Zionists are secularists, they're atheists, they are colonial settlers, replacers, they're killing children and women for their land. Jews are there's an ethnic group that whatever they are, they belong to that state. If they are Jewish, they're in America, they're American Jews. If they are Jews in Yemen, they're Yemeni Jews. The Zionism came out of Christian Zionists, support Zionism, Christian Zionists. They want to put all the Jews together so they could kill them if they don't accept Jesus. It's so fucking crazy.
You know what I mean? Apparently, according to them, nothing if they're not related.
Mm-hmm.
This is a confusion that is at the root of the problem I'm having of contributing and rising anti-Semitism that I'm seeing is this usage of the word Zionism, which
there is no rising.
is basically
I saw the ADL report.
A catch-all. It doesn't mean much, and it has a whole spectrum of meaning. As I'll show, it can mean, like, if you look at a leftist Israeli, you ask them what Zionism is, they'll tell you, a lot of people tell you it's Western expansion, like settler expansionism, right?
Yeah,
and they say, oh, I'm anti-Zionist, I'm against that. Where the idea of, like, taking Israel off the map, they'd be like, that's insane. Like, obviously, no. So are they a Zionist? Or is it a Houthi pirate that Hasan's been hyping up?
It's not a pirate. Not a real
Houthi
pirate
flag that says "Curse upon the Jews" and "Death to Israel."
The Houthis are a crazy group in Yemen. Are you complaining? They took over the country. We have no president in Yemen. They don't have a president. They have no institution. They just took over the government in one night. And so, and you complain about some idiot who says he's a pirate? They're not recognized as a government of Yemen. They're a group that was brought to power by the United States, believe it or not, because they used them to fight Al-Qaeda and ISIS. After they finished, they took over the country with American weapons. So we were the one, every time you see any dramatic change in government of things in the world, trust me, the United States is in there. Is
that Zionism?
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean? What does it mean? People call me a Zionist all the time on the internet.
You're not Zionist.
To what extent does it?
You're a leftist.
The extent of my Zionism is this. Do I think Israel should be wiped off the map?
No.
That's the extent. And that's all it takes.
Israel, you see, this is they are confusing you. Israel has more than 200 nuclear warheads. Israel is not going anywhere. And if it's going anywhere, it's going to take the whole region with it. The whole idea is what we're trying to do is me, Hasan Pike, and people with sound minds. All we want to do is get them to a two-state solution. Stop settling the West Bank. Stop taking their lands more and more every day. Stop beating them and killing them. And right now, I don't know what's going to happen. Up to 50, 60,000 people dead. That's going to be hatred until the day of judgment. People like us were in it. Let's get this two-state solution. Guarantee Israel's security. Do all this and that, and then everything's going to be okay. But Israel doesn't want that. Israel still wants that land.
To hit me with that catch-all. You know what I mean? To discuss, I find it's turned into a slur. I'm going to get into all that, and I hope you guys will listen. I'm grateful to everybody who's a fan of both of us. I hope you will not take this personally.
No, we don't.
It's completely reasonable to be a fan of both of us, and I'm grateful that you're able to put aside whatever perceived differences.
And I think you're a beautiful human being with that.
Able to enjoy both of us. If you decide you can't watch, understand, love you, know that processing things that are happening
it's weird about his
in the
community.
news is extraordinarily difficult. I will not judge anybody for walking away. Perhaps at this point in time, it's better for both of us if you do decide to do that. However, that being said, I do hope you listen to my presentation before deciding to depart.
We love you.
But once again, this is something in my heart that I feel I must communicate. And so that
I think Hasan should call you that piece of shit.
Hasan, call him. I want to say to everyone who's expressed their support to me over the past 2 days, I am extremely grateful. Thank you. There was a point when I felt like literally nobody supported me, and it was just my own community was like, I felt gaslighting me and just completely
Yeah.
shitting on my beliefs. However, there was a
Wow. His own community
very
came against him.
there was a very hopeful push towards some more healthy discourse that I felt encouraged by, and I want to thank the people that who did that. And so thank you. Yeah. Also, I want to say to Hasan that I appreciate all the times you've defended me from your community. I know I'm not one to hold someone responsible for what their fans do, as you probably know that our audience does crazy shit. However, I do think that while you tell everybody to leave me alone or whatever it is you say, that your rhetoric, your tone, the way you carry yourself on this topic is the reason why I'm being harassed by so many people online, a large part of your audience. So let's start from the beginning. Here's an album of the stories, just to catch you guys up to date. This started with this tweet I saw. By the way, I pulled this last night to see where it was at. When I posted it, had like 30,000 likes. It says 90,000 likes, 2 million views. I never heard of this guy, no, it's from, first of all, Comrade Casey. Yeah, that Comrade Casey, the guy who is a fucking absolute creepy weirdo who was posting Hamas simping shit via love. It was so weird. This dude. Anyway, you guys remember that whole thing. He typed in and said, please stop talking about me. And while continuing to talk about me. Very good. And again, I'd also like to wonder, what the fuck is it exactly I've said or done to like belong in this image? I know what you're saying, right? What have I done? I continually ask myself, why am I being held up with these group of people?
What people?
And anyway, Comrade Casey said, I'm assembling a team. This guy, Hasan Kader, said,
Who cares?
I hope
Who are
commit
they?
Suicide Squad. And which I found, I'm like, wow, okay, so 90,000 likes telling me to kill myself for a belief. And again, this is
Ethan Klein, if you want your mental health to be okay, and if you want to enjoy your life and your children, don't pay attention to these fucking idiots, man. Just don't, man. You don't need that. You have a fan base. You have good income. You're successful. You're a multi-millionaire. You have a big home. You have 2 children. You got a dog. You're good. You're good. You're living good. You have to condemn Israel, even if you have, as a Jew, maybe you have some feelings for Israel. It's okay to have that feelings, but you have to tell them no sometimes. Don't do that. You can't kill people like that. You understand what I'm saying? So it doesn't really matter. Why would you watch that 30, 50,000 people try to kill yourself? Who cares what they say? F them.
This is part of the problem. Like, what have I done? Like,
You didn't
why
do
am I in
nothing,
these
man.
memes
You're
getting
good.
2
You're
million
good, man. You're
views
good
of
by
me
me.
telling me to kill myself because apparently I'm like anti-Islam or I hate God
You're
or
not
whatever.
anti nobody. Man.
Asmongold was just blasted for saying horrible shit about like, I don't remember the verbatim, but he said something like Muslim.
He hates comment. I haven't had even one person comment in 2 hours.
Culture or Arab culture is inferior, which is insane, right? It's fucked up. It's insane.
Yeah.
When have
It's
I
not
ever said
inferior.
anything like that? You know what I mean?
I don't think you ever
Never.
said that.
Okay. So, but since when is telling people to kill themselves like normal? And again, part of the irony of this whole thing is that on the left, they're basically willing to undermine everything they believe in. I guess at the behest of going after Zionists because they see Zionists as subhuman. They see them as Nazis.
Yeah.
They've given
criminals.
each other permission and consent and the green light to essentially target whoever they perceive as Zionists with whatever abuse they deem necessary because they're Nazis and they're killing children and innocent people.
They are killing
Gaza.
people. They are. You don't need
That
to
is my
associate yourself.
problem.
You don't need
Anyway,
to associate yourself
I
with them. You're not a
responded
Zionist.
to this tweet telling me to kill myself with 90,000 likes. I said, deranged shit, telling me to kill myself with 36,000 likes at the time, 36. What exactly as I said or did? Nobody has ever been able to tell me. Moving on to the next one.
It doesn't look too well, man.
It made me think of this tweet from our wonderful, who Houthi pirate, the cute Houthi pirate that Hasan interviewed. And I remembered this tweet he put out. Just a cute tweet from our favorite Houthi.
There's
Same
no
people
pirates
telling me
in
to kill
Yemen.
myself.
Ethan, don't let him like
Love
this.
this
This
guy.
guy is
And that's true.
gaslighting you.
They do.
He's not a
They love him.
pirate.
Hasan interviewed him. He hypes him up even as recent as like this week. Okay. This is a tweet he put out. The execution that we will carry out on all Zionists. And it features
That's what they say in
somebody
Yemen.
whose arms is tied behind their back and they've been impaled by a spike through their asshole and up and through their mouth. Now, I would like to know what people go, Hasan talked to him and he said he's not a Houthi and he says he doesn't hate Jews. Why is it you understand how this works with every other minority group? Like, do you really think that if I asked this guy, like, tell me what do you think a Zionist is, that he would have some nuanced answer about the difference? I mean, as you'll see, this kid is a rampant anti-Semite and a violent Houthi terrorist, which I will prove to you guys, in my opinion, beyond a shadow of a doubt. However, so like this kind of rhetoric, frankly, disgusts and scares me. People call me a Zionist. People call my wife a Zionist. It's my family.
No,
it's my children's
You're
life.
not a Zionist.
Okay?
I know you're not.
And this is a
I've
guy
been watching
who,
you
someone
for
who I
7-8
consider a
years.
friend, is talking about how cute and funny and awesome he is. Well, the immediate reaction to this was our subreddit getting mobbed by Hasan fans and probably snarkers, overwhelming the comments, overwhelming it. Now, here's where they say, top comment, this dude isn't a Houthi. He literally said it in an interview with Hasan. Like, how fucking obtuse are you, seriously? Like, David Duke says he's not a Klan member and he doesn't actually hate black people.
Ethan, I'm a person who likes you and enjoy your content. I'm telling you, in Yemen, there are no pirates. There are Houthis, yes, who hate Israel, yes. And they do chant that crazy shit that nobody agrees with. Death to Israel, death to the Jews. Nobody agrees with that. It's a small group that took over the country. But this kid is not a pirate. It's against the religious laws of Yemen to have pirates or people or bandits. The law is to cut their legs and arms. He just did that. He got lucky. He got Hasan with a big platform. He's a contact maker. He was a content maker before he even met Hasan. He got Hasan. He got exposure. I'm going to pretend I'm going to be something else, and you could do whatever you want with me.
It's like, okay, so I guess he doesn't. Like, are you fucking dumb? Okay, I'm getting too emotional. I'll calm it down. But yeah, obviously, he isn't a Houthi. He literally said it to Hasan. Okay, great. Also, this is the part that they go after. This tweet is fake. Just like Ethan, you morons have been duped. Now, I'm thinking to myself, I saw this tweet. I remember it. This is a real tweet. What's going on here? Then people uncritically start accepting it. Wait, for real? Jesus Christ, the misinfo is nuts.
Yeah.
Then they respond, yes, and psychophants that are willing to believe Muslim Arabs are inherently evil will fall for this, like Ethan. Now, excuse me. I said this kid's a piece of shit, and all you heard was Arabs are evil. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
He is a piece of shit. That's it. Okay, we agree. Now let's move on.
Why is that what
let's
you heard?
move on.
Continuing, here's a Hasan. Both of these, this guy's a Hasanabi head flare. Honestly, it's really sad watching Ethan slip into this rabbit hole and showing his bias. Brings back memory of that Forsaken Leftovers episode when he wouldn't even engage with Palestinian plight and kept saying, what about Israel? I don't know what he's talking about exactly, but essentially they've all, and this is just an excerpt, but the whole chat was like, this is misinfo. Ethan's like lying, and this kid is innocent. He would never tweet this. He would never ever tweet this. Moving on to the next one. I did a tiny bit of research and I found the archive, thankfully. I would have lost my mind if I didn't, because I swear I saw it. Here's the tweet. It happened. The execution that we will carry out on all Zionists. Here it is from this kid, July 23rd, 2024. By the way, he's banned on all social medias, and there's a reason for that. It's because he's a fucking terrorist and he posts shit like this. Okay? Does that surprise anybody? I said, so now that we've proven it's real, I suppose we'll see a lot of apologies and corrections. Of course, we did not see that. But
You don't need that, Ethan. This is gonna fuck up your mental health, man. I'm telling you, as a human being, as a person who loves you and who loves your family. I mean, I don't know you to love you, but I love your content. And you grew up watching you. We grew up and you grew up. We got old and you got older watching you from your crazy shit with your dress, with the Vape Nation, all that stuff. You don't need this on your plate. And everybody in that room you're with, they're a fucking asshole for letting you. Your wife should take away your phone and disconnect Twitter and disconnect Reddit and get your health back together, man. And you're going to be better. Spend time with your children. Do what you want to do. Do something good, man. Don't pay attention to Twitter. This guy is not a pirate. He's a fucking idiot, man.
Kind of what continues to shock me is, people on the left are so hypercritical of MAGA people being like divorced from reality and not listening to reason and not acknowledging facts and kind of just thinking, and whatever they think is real, they speak and it becomes real. That's literally what just happened in that chat. I posted something that was true, and because it went against their dogma, they swarmed our subreddit to accuse me of lying with zero evidence.
Subreddit.
Zero evidence.
Yeah, they haven't subreddit
and people
wars.
Uncritically believe them. That to me is disturbing, and that to me is dangerous. Here's a post that, again, doesn't have a lot of engagement, but I was struck by the fact that it had minus likes. Excuse me.
I'm not feeling. I gotta go.
As I said, I'm getting over
It's
something
killing me
nasty.
here. It's 9:00.
This person said, so all the hate speech and threats of violence are fine because there's other horrendous violence. It's okay for everyone to post violent hate speech because violence exists. Please explain. Things can be bad without there being a comparison. It's not a zero-sum game.
See, the problem with Ethan, he's talking about a kid who's saying he's a pirate, but he's not looking at the other picture of a military with F-35 and F-16 and F-15 and one-ton bombs that is day after day bombing villages, homes, schools. And you're here, you want an apology for this fucking idiot? Come on, Ethan, man. I want to be on your side, but this is so stupid of you. There's no comparison here. If I were you, don't even associate yourself with Zionism. A lot of Jews don't do that. A lot of religious Jews don't even recognize Israel. There's about 1 million Jews here and in Israel. There are Jews in Jerusalem who fly the Palestinian flag. You could be proud of Israel. There's no issue. And nobody's saying Israel is going to go away and you're going to take that literally. Israel has a lot of weapons. Israel is guaranteed by America to win. You can't even go to war with Israel because America guarantees they're going to win. Guarantees they're going to win. That's like a bully in a schoolyard saying, well, you could fight with Ethan, but we're going to guarantee that Ethan loses the fight. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't want atrocities, cruelty, and violence, and I don't want hate speech all over social media. Being downvoted because I guess you guys are okay with seeing people threaten to kill, spear people alive. All hate stuff is bad is apparently a controversial opinion. This world's so fucked. And this person was getting downvoted. And it's like, dude, this is in my own community. The consensus I should just take the anti-Semitism and keep moving. And how dare I even
you can't
complain
control
or
that.
acknowledge it is so absurd. I invite you to imagine even saying that to another minority group and then being applauded and upvoted and cheered on for it. You know where you see that? Fucking probably 4chan or, MAGA threads. Probably where you see white supremacists talking about other races and stuff where they're, shut up and take it. And once again, what does anti-Semitism have to do with Zionism? If I'm talking about anti-Semitism,
see, you answer your own question.
And your response is, I just don't care because of all the stuff happening in Gaza. How is it related? You're the one conflating Zionism and Judaism.
No,
and you do it all the time.
Nobody's doing that.
Next, here's another one. Hasanabi head. I thought Ethan.
All right, I'm gonna stop this. This is getting disgusting. This is the most idiotic shit I've ever seen. I have to stop it. I gotta get the fuck out of here. All right, there you have it. I think Ethan is paying attention too much to Reddit and comments on Twitter and things of that nature. I think he should move on. You understand? That's what he should do. I think he's wrong for his mental health. He should ignore the situation. And Hasan, if he really loves or cares about Ethan, I think he should be the one to call him and we'll go visit him, because he doesn't look too good there. And and his wife is a fucking idiot if she's trying to. The guy is coughing. He looks like he had ammonia. His lips are all dried up. He looks like in a war zone. He looks like he's in a tunnel, Hamas tunnel. You got to take care of yourself, man, brother. You understand? That's all it is. All right, take care.
Yeah.